And Bonds hits one high. Hits it deep. It is out of here. 7:56. Bonds stands alone. Now Booker with Tucker on him. Throws it up for 8. Shot blocked by Antetokounmpo. What a block from Giannis.
17 seconds from Game 7 for championship number 6. Jordan, open, Chicago with the lead.
Minute remaining. And they're putting Curry in the pick and roll, trying to get him on Ervin. Ervin and Curry, one-on-one. Ervin puts it up. It's good. Kyrie Irving from
He was a
downtown.
beast too.
We're sending it in, Jerome. That's for damn sure.
Yes, we are, and yes, he was a beast. Absolutely. Welcome to the Taproom Sports Podcast. I am your host, Jordan. Stacks on stacks on stacks, lads. Joined with my man, Mr. Swerving, Ervin Washington. What's going on tonight, bro?
Chilling. Happy Memorial Day, everybody out there.
Yes, sir. Good shout out there, man. Happy Memorial Day. Happy thank you to all those who have served and lost their lives. Thank you. Appreciate y'all. But we got a big show tapped in tonight, lined up. But first, I must say, we're being brought to you by ther. Make sure to go to ther.com or download the ther app straight to your mobile device and use promo code TAPROOM for $10 off your first purchase of $25 or more. That's the best craft beer in the world delivered straight to your front door. You don't even have to fucking leave your house. I use it. You should use it. And you get $10 off, which is basically 2 free beers. You're welcome, and thank you. But big show tonight, Ervin. Tonight, let's start it off with the NHL playoffs. So we talked about this last week, how good the NHL playoffs have been. From you and I both are hoops guys before hockey, obviously, but the NHL playoffs have just been so much superior than the NBA playoffs. Like, it hasn't even been remotely close. And we've gotten
way more competitive.
And we had a great series with the Rangers and Hurricanes. Game 7, the home team has won every single game of this series. I believe the Hurricanes closed like minus 160, I think it was. Let me see. I should have had this up. It's bad preparation. Minus 155, they closed at. Rangers plus 128. So obviously Carolina favorited home ice advantage. They lose. Igor Shesterkin stands on his head. Rangers, 2 power play goals to start the game. Their power play has been much better than Carolina the entire fucking series. And it finally came back to bite Carolina. What's your thoughts on this series and kind of then we'll talk about looking forward to the Lightning and Rangers.
I thought the game was going to be a lot closer, but those 2 power play goals in the beginning just broke the Hurricanes back.
Yep.
And then the goalie getting hurt didn't help at all. So once the goalie got hurt, I knew it was over.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Antti Raanta, he's had his moments in the playoffs, right? But he's also had games where he wasn't good. He was pulled in the last game after the Rangers put up 4 goals. You know, I said on Sunday night last night. I keep thinking today's Tuesday, dude. My days are all fucked up. Last night on the show with Ben, I was talking about how much I liked the Rangers to win the Game 7, dude. And I was like, I said the Carolina Hurricanes gave the Rangers way too much confidence in that last game. They looked really good, and not only that young line of theirs with Lafreniere and Heedley, I think his name is. They were the best line on the ice for the Rangers. And those are young guys, like 19, 20 years old. And you give those kind of guys confidence heading into a Game 7, and you're giving me the best goaltender in the NHL and Igor Shesterkin. I was like, dude, this is a no-brainer to me. I'm taking the Rangers. And they tied for first in road wins during the regular season. So it's not like they were a bad road team. It's just Carolina is a good home team.
Super good.
And the Rangers, same thing. They're a great home team too, and then they took care of business on their home ice. But they were the better team, And I think going forward with the Lightning series, I haven't looked at the series prices, but I'm assuming the Rangers are going to be underdogs, right?
Yeah, facing the back-to-back Stanley Cup champions.
But the Rangers were 3-0 against the Lightning this year. Let's see if they got it. Yeah, they do have it. Lightning minus 180. Rangers
Okay.
plus 155. Interesting line there. Ooh. Ground roll double. Mookie Betts. 1 out. Pirates up 6-5. Bottom of the ninth.
Mookie playing out of his mind.
Yeah, he's having a really good May. We'll talk about that later. But I mean, dude, I actually like the Rangers to win this series plus 155. I mean, I'm gonna ride the hot goalie, dude.
Yeah, if you got the best goalie and he's hot at the right time in the playoffs. Shit, the Kings wrote a goalie that's two Stanley Cups. So, and Quick was lights out. So if your goalie's on top of his game in the playoffs, you got a really good shot to win, especially on a Game 7. So
That's facts.
they proved it tonight.
And they're gonna
6-2.
get home ice too. They have home ice for this.
Oh well, okay.
So they get Game 7 at home if there is a Game 7, which I think that the series could go the whole way. Remember,
Yeah.
Tampa Bay has some big injuries too. Brady Point, I don't know if he's coming back. And then they lost that other dude. What was his name? They lost him in the last series. But shit, dude, they've had like 2 weeks. That's another thing. They've had like a whole week off to rest, dude. Do you think that's beneficial though? That's a lot of time
I don't
off.
think so. That's a lot. I'll say time off in like NBA and NFL is better, but that too much time off in hockey and baseball, you could lose your mojo real quick. So
Yeah, dude, I think that could be a great possibility too.
Yeah.
I like the Rangers in this. I'm sticking with them, bro.
and plus Tampa don't deserve nothing nice, so I don't want them to be back-to-back champions. So go New York, do y'all thing.
That is one big pile of shit.
I like it. Oh man, this is gonna be a great series, and then the Avalanche and Oilers is gonna be a great series too. That's actually gonna starting tomorrow. Oilers plus 155 dogs right now.
Okay, McDavid versus what's up boy name from the
McKinnon, dude. On last night's show, Ben completely wrote off the Oilers. He's giving them 0% chance to win.
he gave him a 0% chance against the what's the name. So
He gave them a 0% chance to get to where they're at, dude.
yeah, he said they weren't gonna beat the Kings, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not happy that they did, but McDavid's a beast. But I think Avalanche is the hottest team. I don't see it. It might go 7 games, but I think
thought
the
they kind of
Avalanche.
struggled against St. Louis though, and Binnington went down. And once Binnington went down, I was like, "Oh, the series is over, dude." And
Yeah, but St. Louis play real good defense, though. I don't think the Avalanche defense is better than theirs, is it?
no, I mean the Blues are definitely a better defensive team than the Oilers, but I do think that the last series, I mean, they were great defensively against Calgary, who's one of the better teams in the league. And a big part of what they did was, dude, I'm telling you, man, watching these playoffs, teams that's forwards throw their bodies on the floor and take pucks to the fucking face, dude. Like, those are the teams that win. And the Oilers were doing that. The Rangers were doing that tonight, right? Dude, the Rangers had 25 blocks to the Hurricanes 8 tonight. Like, that's blocking a puck, dude, going down and taking it like that. I mean, that just shows, like, an extreme level of, like, I want this, dude.
Yeah, because you couldn't pay me to do that.
Right, dude? That is, like, some dangerous shit, dude. So,
That's like getting an uppercut from Mike Tyson in his prime.
yeah. And in Colorado, the best thing about them is that they have, like, 3 great lines. The Oilers, on the other hand, are, like, really top-heavy, dude, right?
Yeah,
So you have, like, McDavid, Drysdale, and Kane's playing really good, and then you're hoping for anything from anybody else. But if I'm going to be top-heavy, I want Connor McDavid on there because the dude just does everything, and he's hard to stop. You know what I mean?
Best player on the planet.
By far. Dude, I think he's honestly the best player I've seen since... I'm gonna piss a lot of people off, but I think
Go
he's
ahead and say
honestly
it.
the best player since Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah, that dude's a monster.
Yeah, I mean, he's unbelievable, bro. So
Yeah.
I personally like the Oilers. Plus, I'm sitting on a future for them to win the Stanley Cup, so I'm gonna keep riding with them, dude, until it goes
Do your
away.
thing, Carter.
Please.
Bring it home, 99.
Yes, sir. But let's hop into these NFL win totals. So every Monday we've been breaking down a division every week. We're gonna do the AFC North this week. Last week we did the NFC East. The week before that we did the AFC West. If you haven't heard it, you can go listen to it. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or you can go to our YouTube page. Just type in Taproom Sports Podcast Network, and it will pop up. You can see those. We had a lot of great discussions, especially our AFC West one. That was a ton of fun. And we had two delusional people on to talk about a couple teams. So
You just better hope your Cardinals could pay Kyler Murray.
I mean, dude, they have no other option, bro. Like, I keep telling people, you could say $50 million is a lot of money, sure, but I mean, this is a franchise that has seen some of the worst quarterback play of all time, and you have a good quarterback. And while maybe you can do better, sure, I don't know, but unless you get 5 first-rounders for him, like,
No, because you can't even bet. You can't even take that gamble. Look, the
no,
Raiders
you
got
can't.
3 for Khalil Mack, and what did they do with those 3 picks?
Nothing.
2 of them ain't even getting their 5th-year options picked up. So,
No, that's awful in hindsight for sure. I mean, it's not like it
but I
benefits.
think it's all 3 because did the Raiders pick up Jacobs' option? I don't think they did.
They didn't.
So 3 out of 3.
I mean, this. Hold on, who else did they draft with that? It was
Cleveland Farrell, Jonathan Abrams, and
Cleveland Farrell was their own pick.
Oh wait, he was one. He was their own pick. No, it was Abrams, Jacobs.
Was it Colton Miller, one of them?
Nah, I think he was their own pick too.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say he's actually been pretty good.
Yeah, he got a lot better because he started off terrible. I don't know. We gotta look up who was the last one for that because I know Abrams and Jacobs was 2 of the picks.
They I mean, if the rumors are true that Gruden like had control over the first round picks, like it doesn't shock me at all. The guys he took, because I mean, this is a guy that would have taken Johnny Manziel in the top 5.
Yeah,
dude.
that's what he would say. No, he said he would take Johnny Manziel number 1, and he would have strapped on them helmets and let Johnny go win him a Super Bowl. And that's the guy the Raiders decided to give $100 million.
Well, I mean, he's a good coach, though. I just don't think he's a personnel guy.
Yeah, he's a good coach when it comes to winning with other people's teams.
But that's what I'm saying. He's a good coach. Like, he's a good X's and O's guy. Like, he's a good if he has the talent. But he's not the guy that.
Oh yeah, he definitely he's considered an offensive guru. But spider wide banana didn't work, huh?
No, sure didn't. Let's look at the AFC North right now. So we'll start from the bottom because one of the teams you'll see on this list is not available, and that's the Cleveland Browns. And the second Deshaun Watson was traded, they immediately took the Browns off the board at pretty much every book universally. It was 8.5 before, but there's extreme uncertainty around Deshaun Watson. We do not know if he's going to play. I have a feeling he's going to play this year, and then he's going to be suspended in year 2. But what do you think about Cleveland and the Browns? Do you think if he doesn't play and you think Baker Mayfield is honestly gonna hold out?
If he isn't suspended by let's see, because I haven't put him on an exempt list. He's cleared to practice. He's cleared to go through the offseason program. I think if he was going to face some type of suspension or get in trouble, it would have happened already because usually in situations like that, Roger Goodell wastes no time. When the stuff came out about Tyreek Hill, automatically went to exempt list. When the stuff first came out about Watson, he automatically went to exempt list. But the big thing with him is he never got suspended.
Yeah.
So, and he just got 5 years, $230 million, all of it guaranteed in the first year's.
First year, only $2 million.
Yeah, the first year is only $1 million. So I think Cleveland knew something before they gave him that contract. He was going to be able to play the first year. Now, if he's healthy and he plays, everybody that watches football has two good seeing eyes know Deshaun Watson is a top 4, top 5 quarterback, and he elevates that team to a whole new level because he's that much of an upgrade over Baker Mayfield. So if he plays, I can see Cleveland easily winning 10 games. Say over and under probably going to be at 10, 10.5.
Yeah. If
Watson is cleared to play, it's definitely going to be 8.5 no more.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think he's playing. They're saying today that there's like no settlement talks in the civil cases, so like they are gonna play out in the court.
Mm-hmm.
And even if he is found to like have to pay any of these players, like technically they dropped the criminal charges, so he's not gonna have any criminal charges against him. I do, however, think the NFL is going to do something. If these
Yeah,
civil cases continue on into training camp, like I don't see him getting suspended this year. And I
but
think,
next year for sure, probably because
yep,
I think the litigation already got pushed back to early 2023, right?
yeah, I think you're right. So I definitely think he's going to play this year.
Yeah,
And I think
if
the
some
NFL did this on purpose too, because if he gets suspended next year, I think if he gets suspended, he doesn't get paid,
mm-hmm.
right? Even if it's a
uh
guaranteed contract,
yeah. I
because you're
think
in violation of of the like the NFL code of conduct.
yeah, that plus yeah, I was gonna say the code of conduct, and once you get put on the exempt list, you don't get paid game checks, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Because you're not active during game day. So
yeah,
yeah, so that'll be the big key. If he gets put on that list or the
dude. And it's a
NFL,
massive cap hit to Cleveland next year, dude. So like, if he doesn't play, dude, they're like literally screwed.
yeah, because they got to trade Baker. Baker ain't playing for them ever again. So
Yeah.
unless I don't know who else they have on their roster.
Well,
Um,
if they don't trade Baker this year, this is his only year under contract. So that next year he's a free agent. If he sits out, like they
mhm.
can't even get anything for him.
Damn. So yeah, they gotta figure that out. I think if he does get suspended, it's not gonna be for a whole season. It's probably be like 6 games, but
6 or 8 games, I think.
it also depends on what details come out in those in the
Civil
trial too,
cases.
and
Yeah,
what the NFL deems is he went overboard, did too much, and
yeah.
what they seem as a suspendable offense.
No, I agree with that. But dude, how big of a blow would? Because honestly, dude, I think the NFL's like pissed at Cleveland, dude.
Yeah, for signing him and giving him that deal.
Yeah, so I think they're gonna be like, yo, we're gonna push this till next year. We're gonna suspend him next year, and it's gonna hurt Cleveland because they're gonna have that cap hit, so they can't really
How
do
much? It's gonna
anything,
be like 50 some million.
bro. Like 48, I think, is the cap hit, 48 to 50 million,
Sheesh.
and that's a whole like 4 or 5 roster spots of good players.
That's good. 48 million. Woo.
That's tough, bro.
Yeah,
So
that's a top. That's a top corner, a good to mid-level pass rusher,
you know what I'm saying? Like, dude, that's a lot of
another,
money.
another good lineman, and a top-level running back.
That's a lot
Sheesh.
of money, bro.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So I mean, that could really hurt Cleveland. So hopefully, if he does play this year, they do win it all. All right, let's look at the Steelers over under right now, or 7.5. What do you think about the Steelers here?
Well, seeing how they are the worst team in the division because now they have the worst. They're the weakest at the most important position, which is quarterback. The other three teams are set. You got Lamar Jackson, you got Deshaun now in Cleveland, and you got cool Joe Burrow, Macaulay Culkin in Cincinnati. So I don't know. Kenny Pickett, he could be a good player. He could not be. You know, they drafted well. They got the wide receiver in the second round. I think didn't they pick up George Pickens? I think they got George Pickens.
Yeah, they
So
did.
to go along with what they got
Pickett.
already there, they lost Juju, so he could definitely be an upgrade over Juju. He's a big play wide receiver. The O line, that's my biggest concern because they always have a solid defense. Pittsburgh is never going to have a bad defense. It seems like they've been having good defenses since the 70s.
Yeah,
So, and they still got one of the best head coaches in the game, and Mike Tomlin. He just got to learn how to manage games better. And I don't know why the offenses be so passive. I would like them press. I would like to see them throw the ball downfield a lot more. I
well,
know
they
Ben
had
had his
Ben.
physical. Yeah, Ben had his physical ailments later on in his career, but hopefully they could push the ball downfield more with Pickett and take the top off of defense because all teams did was sit on him and cover two because they knew they refused to throw the ball downfield.
Yeah,
Najee Harris is a solid back.
and they couldn't run the ball for shit.
Well, they didn't try, but when they did run it, Najee was pretty effective. So, but yeah, I'll go under until we find out what Kenny Pickett could really be in the NFL.
Well, I don't even think he might not even see the field this year. Um, because I mean, obviously, I think Mike Tomlin wants to win, And I think Mitchell Trubisky gives them the best chance to win right now, just because playing quarterback is a very difficult thing to do. Not very many guys just step in and can play, you know.
So
Plus,
that's who they signed to replace Ben Mitchell. He did lead the Bears to the playoffs, and they had an elite defense. So the Steelers can have an elite defense. So that could be a good recipe, but I don't know. I don't see them making the playoffs. But 7.5, 8 wins, yeah, I'll go. I'm still gonna go under.
yeah. Well, I mean, if they start Kenny Pickett, I think that they go under here. But I think the only way he starts is like either A, he has a really good fucking training camp, or B, Trubisky gets hurt.
Stinks up the joint,
What's that?
or Trubisky stinks up the joint, and the fans put pressure on
Oh
him
yeah,
to
dude. He has
put
2 bad
Trubisky
games,
in.
bro. It's a wrap.
Yeah, because you remember last year when what's the name started? Who was the Bears starter last year before they put Justin in?
Dalton.
Yeah, dude was stinking it up, and fans was like, "Bro, we want to see what Justin got."
And they probably wish they had waited.
Nah, not really. He took his lumps as a rookie, but he showed promise too. So I like their trajectory. They just gotta get some
Dude.
weapons. Tevin Jenkins was hurt, so him coming back is definitely gonna help the O line get better. I didn't understand that Ronald Jones pick. That was a super reach, but we'll talk about the Bears in a future episode.
We will. We absolutely will. I agree with you about the Steelers, though. They were a top 15 DVOA defense last year. I think that's only going to continue. They always have a good defense. I do think they have better playmakers, but their offensive line fucking sucks, and that is going to be a big issue because I don't think that they addressed it enough, which is why if I'm the Steelers, I wouldn't throw Kenny Pickett out there. Like, you're feasting him to the wolves, dude, at that point. So I do think that I think 7, 8 is right on there. I wouldn't bet this. I'm gonna probably lean the under 7.5 though. But I'm agreeing with you, dude. I think this is right on top, right on it. All right, what about 9.5 for the Ravens here? This is a team that obviously dealt with a ton of injuries last year. Now they're bouncing back. Lamar Jackson, only last year on his rookie deal, and he's betting on himself, dude. This is what he's doing.
Yeah, I think they're waiting way too long to give him a new deal because if they
apparently
wait till
he
after
said-
Kyler gets paid
apparently
well,
he said he didn't want to talk about a contract right now. Apparently that's from his own mouth.
okay,
Remember, he's his own agent. He doesn't have an agent.
that's true. You don't have an agent either.
Yep.
I don't know. I think of course he was a former MVP. Actually, he was playing pretty good last year. He had a good season last year, so I don't think Lamar is gonna be a problem. I think honestly they just gotta stay semi-healthy, bro. They was down to like they 4th or 5th cornerbacks and safeties, and O-line had a lot of injuries. So the Ravens just gotta get healthy. If they healthy, they're at 10 or 10.5.
I think the big issue there, though, is like if they're going to be healthy. And I think part of the reason why, a lot of us have always questioned whether Lamar Jackson could be a great quarterback in this league is because we didn't think that his playing style was sustainable for very long. I mean, he takes a lot of hits, dude. He has a lot of carries. And
They got to find a way to cut that down, definitely.
They do. But then at the same time, you do that and you take away what's best about Lamar Jackson. You know what I mean?
So legs.
I
just think they got to be more careful with it. Like, don't have him do 15, 20 QB design runs a game. Probably keep it to like between 12, 15, or
because we
10
saw this,
to 15.
we saw the same thing with Cam Newton, dude. Literally like clockwork, bro. He was good for he was elite for like 4 or 5 years, and then he just
because Cam took too many hits. Then on top of that, the referees gave him no protection because a lot of those hits that Cam took, dude should have been getting fined, kicked out of the games. I used to sit back there and watch him get hit and be like, bro, I understand he's bigger than most defensive linemen, but you can't he's a quarterback at the end of the day. You got to treat him like a QB.
Yeah. So I am concerned about the Ravens. And I don't know. I feel like this number 2 is right on there. Like, I could see the Ravens winning 12 games because they're a really great regular season team. And I could see them getting hella banged up, hella injuries, and I could see them winning fucking 6-7 games, dude.
Yeah, if they lose, they have a lot of, especially if they have a lot of injuries like they did last year because the division got better.
Yeah.
Only team that probably didn't didn't improve as much as the Steelers because their O-line still sucks. But for the most part, every team had a pretty decent draft. The Ravens did have the best draft. They could have got the steal of the draft and David Ojabo. I wanted him to fall to my Broncos, but he didn't. But the Ravens always draft well, so
They
you know
do.
that they've been doing that since Ozzie been their GM. So you don't have to worry about the draft with them. It's just they got to find a way to get to that next step. And Lamar has proven he can win a playoff game. Now we got to see if he can win multiple and get him to a championship because
He
the
got to stay
contract,
healthy.
the contract that he's going to demand and he's going to get,
Yeah.
because I think he is going to prove that he's worth top QB money. So he's going to earn that deal, and now they got to just be in the championship discussion every year.
So I'm looking at their schedule. They start at the Jets, then
That's a W.
then they have Miami at home, which should be a W. Then they go to New England. Then they have Buffalo at home. Then the Bengals at home. Then they go to the Giants. Then they have the Browns at home. Then they go to Tampa, go to New Orleans. They have their bye on November 13th. And then they go Panthers at home, at Jacksonville, Broncos at home, at Pittsburgh, at Cleveland, Falcons, Steelers, at Bengals. I mean, they should go over. Because Jets,
They should, because they
Dolphins,
played.
Giants, Saints.
The only team they should honestly lose to from the
Panthers.
AFC East is probably the Buffalo. New England probably can beat them, but I would still favor them in that game, even though it's on the road.
At New England?
And they always play New England good at home. So
That's true.
um,
They should beat the Saints. They should
they
beat
got
the
the
Panthers.
Giants.
Should
Now
beat the
they might lose
Jags.
twice to Cleveland if they got Deshaun Watson. Cincinnati got their number now, bro. I don't know what it was, but Cincinnati killed them both times last year.
They'll probably split though. One of the times Cincinnati played them, I don't think Lamar played one of the games. I think it was Huntley one of the games.
Oh, okay. Was that the one where Chase went off?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I believe so.
I think the NFC South, they should probably beat everybody. They might lose to. They got a Thursday night game against Tampa. That's a toss up. I think Tampa might win that because they at home.
Tampa too. Yeah, those Thursday night games are tricky, because the home team usually wins those games.
So those are either all bad or all good. They're gonna beat Jacksonville. They're gonna beat Carolina. They losing to Denver. We at home with Russell Wilson.
He said they're losing to Denver. Watch them.
They gonna beat Atlanta. They gonna beat Cincinnati. They gonna beat Pittsburgh. Yeah, I think they're gonna go over. Honestly.
Yeah, I see like 11 wins there. Like I said, the only way it doesn't happen is if they have some key injuries like they did last season.
For injuries, yeah, because their schedule is pretty cake outside their division.
I mean, I feel like all these teams in this division got a pretty easy schedule outside of their division. The Bengals over under 10 wins here. Obviously, they went to the Super Bowl. Very high expectations. Could that Super Bowl curse play a factor, though? Because we always see the team that loses the Super Bowl usually struggles in the following season.
I am definitely going over.
Over. Why?
They had a great offseason. They improved their greatest weakness. Everything else, they could probably add another pass rusher, and they probably might need another tight end because once Uzama went out, it changed their whole offense. But they addressed their biggest need. They went out and got Marpet. They got Lyle Collins. They signed another guard too. I think the Bengals gonna go over. They added a DB and the first round pick in Daxton Hill. He could probably play corner and safety. He played a little bit of nickel too at Michigan. So I like what the Bengals did this offseason. I got them going back to back as division champs and definitely winning more than 10 games. Just need them to stay healthy.
I'm gonna go under. I think that they're right at 10 games. I think that's probably how many games they'll win. I'm going to take under just because that last 7 games is pretty fucking brutal, dude. And coming down to the end of the season, that's when teams are more banged up. And obviously, their opponents could be banged up too. But that is a brutal end of the season schedule after their bye week.
I think it's what? I'm going to run it down to me again.
At Pittsburgh, at Tennessee, Kansas City, Cleveland, at Tampa, at New England, Bills, Ravens to finish it off.
They play the Bills too. I'll say
That's a tough end of the season, dude. I could easily see them going 1-6 there.
they last 7 games. I'll be generous and say they go 3-3. They beat the Bengals. I mean, they are the Bengals. I say they beat the Browns. They beat the Patriots. They beat the Buccaneers. They lose
But
to
they
the
have to go
Bills.
at New England, dude, at Tampa, at
I don't know. I'm
Tennessee.
just not a big fan of your boy Mac Jones. I think he's a solid QB, but I don't think he's gonna be anything special. The Titans, if they're healthy, they could, because health has been a big issue for them the last couple of years. So that all depends on how healthy they are. I still think the Bengals could win that game. Shit, they sacked Burrow 9 times last year and still lost to him. So
But also
I'll,
keep in mind too, Irv, that the Patriots in December are always really good, and that's when they're gonna face them.
or you mean Tom Brady is always good in December?
Well, I mean the Panthers been good in December too since he's left.
You mean the Patriots?
Patriots, I mean, sorry, I don't know. I said Panthers because I was seeing them on the
Yeah.
schedule right here.
I don't like the city of Tampa. I don't like I don't like Tom Brady, but I respect him. He's the GOAT. He's the greatest the greatest player that ever played the game. Definitely the greatest quarterback. Um, as far as his accolades, he's not the most talented, but he got the most accomplishments. So
True.
that makes him the GOAT. Nah, I'm just picking him to lose. Plus the Bengals are on the road. I mean at home, and it's gonna be outside. And it's gonna, I like. No wait, the Buccaneers are at home, so damn, they might just. I don't know. I'm still rolling with the Bengals. Let's get it. I'm rolling with my boy Joe Burrow. I'm taking the over.
Damn, dude.
Ice in his veins. Only thing that can stop him is Aaron Donald.
Yeah, or Andy Reid because he
Oh,
decides not to run the ball.
that's true. Damn, they play the Chiefs again. That was a nice rematch of the AFC Championship.
Yep. And they get them at home too, which is beneficial for them. The Chiefs have a fucking brutal schedule. Chiefs have the hardest schedule, I think, in football. Should be
No, the what's
tough.
the names do? Ain't it the Rams?
No, I think the Cardinals actually do.
Damn, y'all do. Well, y'all got Kyler. He's a MVP candidate. Y'all be all right. But I'm gonna go out on the limb and say over for the shout out to the Cincinnati Bengals. I don't think they get back to the Super Bowl though, but
Who
I think
they?
I definitely think they make the playoffs and win the division again.
I'm actually, dude. After we talked about this, I'm kind of leaning towards the Ravens winning the division again.
Yeah,
As
because
long as
if
they're healthy.
healthy, because on paper, if healthy, they got everything you need. The only question mark and the biggest speed bump to them is going to be the Browns because I don't know, man. A healthy Deshaun Watson,
Yeah, that's actually a
that
really good team with Deshaun
that
Watson.
that run game, that offensive line, their receivers aren't like super duper duper good, but they're solid. And Watson will definitely make them better.
That's true.
I
That
don't
is
know, bro.
true. Plus Amari Cooper now too.
Yeah, they got Amari Cooper. He's a number one. So I don't know, man. It all depends on. I don't know. I might have to pick against my boy Joe Burrow now that I really break it down because.
As long
But
as
I don't know,
Watson
man. It's
gets,
just sometimes the Browns forget how to play defense, man. It's just I don't know
or
what's
they like
going.
stop running the ball.
Yeah, that too.
Like
So I
against
don't know.
the Patriots, the first drive Nick Chubb has like 48 yards, and then the next 3 drives combined, he only sees 2 carries, dude.
Yeah, so the AFC North is definitely gonna be a 3-team race, and there's not much separating all 3 teams. But we do know that if the Browns have Deshaun Watson, him and Joe Burrow are the 2 best quarterbacks in that division. Lamar is not far behind. He just doesn't have the arm talent that the other 2 have,
True.
as far as consistently being able to beat a team from the pocket. Once you add in his legs, he could pretty much beat anybody. So, but it's gonna be splitting hairs. But if they
Splitting
all stay
hairs.
healthy, I gotta ride with the Bengals, man. I'm a big fan of Joe Burrow.
Whatever.
Only caveat is I think the Browns could win it if Deshaun plays the whole season.
Yeah, no, I agree with
And they don't get ravaged by COVID
that.
again.
I don't know if that'll happen because they changed a lot of the COVID rules in the NFL. Remember?
As far as travel restrictions, curfews, what like was it?
Like basically, you don't have to test. You don't have to test for it if you don't show any symptoms. You know what I mean?
Damn. But what if somebody's asymptomatic?
Doesn't matter. You don't have to test. You only have to test if you're symptomatic, and then you could be asymptomatic in 5 days and be back.
What about damn? I don't know. Yeah,
It's it's basically like a cold now, dude, or a flu.
yeah.
Like it's treated
Plus,
as
I'm
such.
pretty sure a lot of the players are vaccinated too. So
No, they had like an 86% vaccination rate as a league last year.
that's pretty high.
Yeah, no, they were them in Major League Baseball. I think were like the two highest.
Damn. What about the NBA?
The NBA was pretty high too, but I'm pretty
Okay.
sure because there was hella teams that were like 100%, and they were 100% because they were basically if you were a fringe roster guy, they were taking the guy that was vaccinated. Because
That
well, I mean, dude, at
makes
the time
sense.
at the time, remember the NFL was saying that if your team is ravaged by COVID
You
and it
still got to
comes
play.
from and it well they said if it comes from a person that
Hmm.
is unvaccinated and there's not enough players to field a team. Because remember, they were like pushing games back the year before.
Hmm.
They said they weren't going to do
Hmm.
that last year, and if it caused that, it would be a disqualification.
Damn. So they
So
wasn't playing there. So no wonder it was so high for the vaccination rate.
yeah, because who was the coach, dude? There was a coach that what was the coach that fucking they even said it publicly. Oh, it was fucking Urban Meyer.
Yeah.
he said like we took a guy because he was vaccinated over a guy that wasn't.
That makes sense. Well, he didn't make many smart decisions, but I guess that was a smart one.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like they had a chance to win any of the games too. So, I mean, they might have been better off getting disqualified if you're the Jaguars, dude. To be honest,
Back to back number one picks. When the last time that happened?
and it's been a really long time. That's crazy.
I
Let's talk about some baseball, dude. Let's talk about some baseball. So your Dodgers lose tonight to the Pirates, 6-5.
don't know what it is, but we can't be. I don't know. I think we got a losing record against the Pirates.
I
The
think
worst
so.
team. They one of the worst teams in baseball. But I don't know. We still Dodgers. We a little bump in the road. We gonna be all right. We on pace to win what 112 games.
Yeah, no, the Dodgers are the best team in baseball.
Yes.
It's a long season, dude. You can't
Yeah,
win every
we
fucking
can't win
game.
every game. Yeah.
I
So shout out to the people that chose the Pirates to win tonight. Y'all want some money.
this guy right here, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Plus
Kid Krimble.
295.
Kid Krimble, get your act together, bro. You can't be giving up leads in the ninth inning.
I told you, bro, they're gonna need a high leverage guy at the deadline.
Man, our boy Trinan is hurt, man. He gotta come back. That's the one thing that's really dogging our bullpen right now because
I mean, their bullpen's still been really good over the
I know
last
it's still
few
been good,
years.
but Blake Trinan has been probably one of our best arms out the pen the last 2-3 years. So, and we just signed him to an extension too. So,
Yeah, but I mean, it never hurts to get another high leverage guy.
yeah, and he's a very high leverage guy. Dude, stuff is top of the line.
Yeah, they probably also need a starter as well.
Yeah, because we have a lot of injuries, man, and I don't think Dustin May is gonna pitch this year. Honestly, Dodgers are not playing with that Tommy John surgery. They're gonna wait till he's
Hundred
more than
percent.
100%. So if he does pitch, it's probably gonna be way later in the year,
I mean,
way
you
after
could
the
throw
All
him out of
Star.
the bullpen though too.
Yeah, that was they said they was gonna start him off coming out of the bullpen. He wasn't gonna go straight back to starting, but I don't think he pitches till after the All Star break minimum.
Damn, dude, that dude has such a nasty sinker, dude. Throws
Yeah,
like
that sinker is
98,
when it's on unhittable.
dude.
My boy, man. I'm glad we didn't he failed his physical because he was gonna be in the Manny Machado trade.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, they
Uh,
wanted him bad. I was like, whew, he failed that shoulder physical. Gotta got to stay with the Dodgers. I forgot who else we had to throw in, but yeah, Dustin May was gonna be one of them.
that's beneficial to the Dodgers for sure. Um,
Definitely.
all right. We got any
The
best bets
Yankees
for?
been Yankees been playing pretty good. The
Nah, they
White Sox gotta get healthy, man.
the White
That's my pick.
Sox absolutely have to get healthy.
That's my pick to come out of the AL. Shout out to Gibson. Shout out to Chicago. Eli, fuck the Cubs. We already know how I feel about them. Suzuki just went on the IL. Hopefully he's good, but he has been struggling. But
He's been struggling though.
he's been one of their more consistent bats too. So baseball is looking pretty excited this year, and the All Star game is going to be in LA.
Yeah, that should be dope. There's a lot of I feel like there's not. Well, the Dodgers I would say are like the best team for sure, and then I think it's like a ton of teams
Also, yeah,
that could be the next best
Yan-
team. I think the
Yankees,
Blue Jays, the
Blue
Blue
Jays.
Jays are a Juan Soto trade from away from being the best team, dude.
I hope that don't happen. He gotta go. I want to see him in a big market, man. I want to see him going, especially north of the border. Nobody give a fuck about the Blue
Man,
Jays.
I watch more Blue Jays games than I watch A's games this year. I watch
Yeah,
more
because you bet on
Marlins.
them a lot.
I watch more
That's
Marlins
why.
games this year than I watched A's games, dude.
You don't, y'all fan base don't care about your team right now. Of course, you're gonna be watching every other team more than your team.
It's tough, bro. So I mean, the Marlins aren't any good either, but for some reason, I mean, they got a nice rotation. So
They got a young talent. It's just with the Marlins, it's just they always trade everybody. You got to think, bro.
they
At one
can't
point,
hit for shit, dog.
at one point in their outfield, they had Yelich, they had Ozuna, and they had Stanton.
Yeah, and they couldn't win because they didn't have pitching, and now
They
they
had
have
no
now they have
pitching.
pitching and they don't have hitting, dude. So
And
it's
then at the moment, their future megastar, superstar, dies in a crazy boat accident. So
yeah, dude, he was nice, and now they have like Jazz Chisholm. They signed Jorge Soler, Jesus Sanchez, who hit the 496-yard home run today, 496 feet. Sorry. But the
they're
thing
making
is
some
like
moves.
outside of those guys though, they don't have any offensive players, dude. So it's like I've watched a ton of Marlins games, dude, and Jazz Chisholm just gets pitched around because it's whatever, dude.
Yeah, they got nobody else.
Dude, Pablo Lopez went 6 innings today of one hit baseball, bro. One or two hits, and they fucking lost 7-1.
That's crazy. That mean that bullpen is horrible too.
It was awful today. They're usually decent.
Shout out to Derek Jeter. Hopefully he can make some.
He's not with the Marlins anymore, bro.
He left him.
Yeah.
Damn, what the fuck? Mostly relevant shortstop in history. I'm not even thinking about him no more. Then, damn, I thought he was still with him.
He stepped down, and I think he's gonna go work for another team.
Damn, what happened? He just got tired of him. I know it was no scandal or nothing. I heard about it.
I think that he had like him and ownership had some disagreements and shit.
All right.
Because like coming into this free agency period, a lot of people speculated that the Marlins were gonna like be one of the big spenders. You know what I mean? Like I thought they were gonna get Carlos Correa. I thought or Javi Baez, who actually
I know they put out
sign him.
And they put out a filler for Chris Bryant too, and they didn't sign him either.
Yeah, so I thought that they were gonna be one of the bigger spenders, and I think that Jeter was frustrated and balanced, dude. I think that's what was behind it.
Well, hopefully, we gonna go back to his Yankees. Do you think they got a position for him?
Bro, I mean, obviously they'll always fucking fuck with him, but that's Brian Cashman's job, dude. So he's won a few World Series. You know?
Oh yeah, I know. He's not gonna replace him as general manager. Maybe he could be like a part of their front office or something. I don't know.
Yeah, you could do something for him.
Yeah,
eventually.
Almost overrated shortstop in history. I bumped that post a couple days ago too. It was on my mind. Damn, Yankees. People thought he was better than Ricky Henderson. That's crazy.
Dude, 88% of people polled on a Major League Baseball nationally televised game said that Jeter was better than Ricky Henderson. That's how disrespected Ricky Henderson is, dude.
Hell.
It's insane. You got any best bets for tomorrow? Dodgers run line?
Best for the Dodgers. Do the Dodgers money line. We're gonna get some revenge.
Bro, there's like no value on their money line.
Bet the over too.
Let's see what the Dodgers are at right now for tomorrow. Let's see here. Do we have a lineup? You got Urias against Max Keller. No line out, but I'm going to assume that the Dodgers are going to be like minus 220, minus 200, somewhere around there. Interesting play. I got a best bet for you. We're going to go Angels money line plus 117. You're getting good value, $1.17 here. And this is more of a play on the number than anything because I think this game should be closer to a pick-em. The last 14 days, the Yankees are 23rd in WRC plus and 19th in hard hit rate. And this is a team that's been at the top of the league in hard hit rate all season long. Noah Syndergaard is pitching for the Angels tomorrow. He's had 2 starts that really affected his overall numbers, but he has a 17% K rate, and the Yankees are top 10 in the last 2 weeks in strikeout percentage at 21.4% of at-bats have been strikeouts. And still, he's barely over a 1 whip, and that even includes a start where he gave up 4 earned runs and didn't even record 3 outs against the Rangers. On the flip side, the Angels rake left-handed pitching. They're 8th in WRC plus against lefties, and are 6th in the last 2 weeks in WRC plus. They had some awful beats in the last week, but that's due to their bullpen. And I'm not worried about that because the Yankees bullpen has not been good the last 2 weeks either. So we're going to cancel them out. So let's take the plus money Angels plus 117. Give me that value. Let's go.
Are the Angels still in first place?
No, dude, they fucking suck.
Damn.
The last 10
Shout out-
games, they
shout
lost
out
like
to
6
Rocco.
games in a row, bro.
Huh?
They've lost like their last 6 games in a row.
Damn, Angels, get your shit together. They was looking nice for a minute there.
Yeah, but I told you, dude, that the pitching was gonna regress to the mean at some point, dude.
That's true.
I mean, they've been really bad, and especially, I mean, they were really only bad in like 2 games against the Blue Jays, but one of the games they gave up like 11 runs in.
Yeah, I remember I looked at one game, it was up like 6-1 or something like shit like that, and
they
the other
lost,
team
dude.
came back and won. Hopefully, it'll be nice to see them make the playoffs. 'Cause, you know, a lot of speculation is next year they're gonna get Aaron Judge. So,
Bro, but I mean, like they did this before. Like, why would you pay like 3 hitters and then just have dog shit pitching, dude? Like, pitching wins in baseball in the long run, dude.
But I guess that's how Artie Moreno in the front office think. Load up on hitters.
Bro, and what has it done for them? Absolutely fucking nothing.
But I don't know. Maybe they can turn it around. Maybe they invest in pitching one day because
One
even
day.
their farm system is not loaded with pitchers either. So,
Well, they drafted a guy last year. He's already pitching in their starting rotation this year, dude. And they just drafted him.
that's
That's that Salcedo guy. They just drafted him, dude. And he started off nice, but dude, major league hitters are the best in the world, bro. And the more data you give them, because there's a ton of data in this game now. Like, dude, you're gonna get knocked around, and it happened against the Blue Jays, dude. And the Blue Jays have been like ice cold hitting the ball, but that helped them. But anyways, thank y'all for tapping in with us. Make sure to go to devour.com or download the Devour app straight to your mobile device and use promo code Taproom for $10 off your first purchase of $25 or more. For Mr. Swerving, Ervin, Washington, I'm Jordan. Stacks on Stacks on Stacks, lads. We'll be back to see y'all on Wednesday. Gonna be talking. We're gonna be probably spending the majority of time on Game 1 of the NBA Finals, which is going to tip off on Thursday. Y'all have a blessed Tuesday. Let's win this money. Peace.
peace.